Good morning, guys. I am shooting this video on a very important topic, and that is on a question I get all the time, and it goes something like this. When will I start making money selling books? I got a couple answers to this one, and I also have some real life feedback from my brother, who started much later than I did. He's just starting his third month, and so him and I talked, and I have feedback from him on that too, because he watches numbers very closely, and he has been tracking every penny he spent and knows when his break even will be and when he's starting to make money. So we'll get to that, but let me touch on my experience from day one. And people that watch me know this, I've been scaling just insanely fast, you guys. It's been a crazy rocket ship ride. Because of that, my numbers for people that are just, say, cherry picking or something like that, they're not going to be in line with what they're going to see, but my brothers will. But, for me, when I started to actually get paid after all my, my subscription fee costs, my inventory placement costs, when I was doing that, my inbound shipping costs, my book costs, I started to see profitability month 3 and cash flow month 3. That's when it hit for me. When I started to see that, that's when I started to really ramp things up. So, although, this is a real business, you guys, for me. I do QuickBooks. I have everything, written down to the dollar. On a monthly basis, I'm actually operating most months in the red, because I'm scaling up nonstop. I'm adding equipment. I'm doing whatever I can, software. But if you look at it from an operating income, just cost of goods minus my income or my sales, I am in the green. But I am scaling very fast. So things don't look good from an overall perspective, in the red, if you will, because, I'm just reinvesting everything constantly. So let me get to my brother here. My brother said that he had just crossed the break-even point end of month 2. So, and let me give you perspective on his business. He only cherry picks. He does this out of his apartment. He doesn't have a garage. And like I said, he just finished month 2. He is closing in on 5,000 in sales in a 30-day period. And he just sent me a screenshot. That was last night, actually. And he's at like 4,900 or something in sales in the last 30 days. So he got the buy box really fast as well. That's another important point. But, so right now, I'm trying to think back on what his inventory was. He's right around 1,000 books active, I think it is. I think a little shy of 1,000. So if you look at it, if he's break even now, he's 2 months in. If he has 1,000 books in inventory, if you go off my numbers, in the beginning, the first couple months, my average payout per book was around, call it $7.50. So he's essentially sitting on $7,500 of profitable books just at the end of his second month. And if his sell-through rate is 20 to 25%, he should put in his pocket about $1,500 if he did nothing else. If he just sat there, he'll make $1,500 this month passively, because this book business is all front loading, you guys. A great analogy, quick little side thing, a perfect analogy for this, which I talked about at the Turn the Page event with everyone, is that this business is basically synonymous with a dentist, okay, or a doctor. And let me tell you why. Doctors and dentists, 90% of their payments are insurance payments. So they're putting in all the work up front. They're paying all their wages up front. They're paying their rent, obviously. They're paying utilities, all this stuff. They're front loading, right? They're front loading big time, taking hundreds of patients on insurance to then get a payout or benefit from it later down the road, right? Because insurance takes time to process, takes time to get your money back. So, receivables, what they call them, accounts receivable, are massive for those kinds of people because they front load. They do all the work up front and they do it for a later payout. And so this is exactly how books are in retail arbitrage in general. Do not get freaked out. You spend the money up front to then benefit down the road. And usually you're going to start to see the benefits 30 days after, which is not that big of a turnaround time. So, you need to trust the process. You need to put in the work, front load as much as you can. Make sure you're buying right, as in your profit margins are there and you're not overpaying for books. If you're paying any more than $2 a book, which I even think now that's expensive, you're messing up somewhere. You need to buy cheaper. If there's Goodwills in your area, which I just got a text from a gentleman saying he wants to go bulk because Goodwills charge $3 to $5 a piece. That's too expensive. You can't buy books that much. So in one of my videos I just shot, what you need to do is put out posts to people on Craigslist. You need to buy, or Nextdoor app or Let Go or somewhere. And you need to go to people that have a lot of books sitting in their house, collecting dust, or in their garage or storage unit, and you need to buy them all bulk cheaply. I have a video on that as well. The gist of it is, if you show up at someone's house, say they have hundreds of books, and you go, how much would you like for all these books? And they say, how about $1 a book? Well, here's basically how it goes. Say $1 a book, you go, okay, well, I can only take certain books. I use my software, I scan the books. So I'll find all the books I can take, and say you go through all of them and you find that there's 50 books you can take out of all of them, and they want $50, say, would you take 40? It's like, that's not, you always need to ask, always put out that question, because 99% of the time they're going to say yes. They want those books out of there. They're probably going to end up sending them to Goodwill anyways if they can't sell them. So always ask for a better price. You can do added value. One person, this is a good story too. I'm glad I saw this. One person they had all these books, and they're like, you know what? If you just haul all these books out of here, you can keep whatever books you want. I just need them out of the house. So I got these books for free, you guys. That's huge. And not only did I get the books for free for taking them out of their house, I also got all the greens, and then with all the duds, I went and I sold the duds to half price books, and I got cash. So there's so many ways to monetize this and find cheap books. So there's never an excuse of, well, I can't do this because my thrift store down the street is too expensive. It's like, you're not looking hard enough. You're not working hard enough. You're not putting out, the leads out in the world that you need to get the books that you need. You're not advertising, most likely. You haven't reached out to your friends and family to see if they have old textbooks. That's a big one right there. See if they have books or textbooks. When I went back on vacation, and this was probably 4 months ago now, this is towards the beginning, my sister had a bunch of cosmetic textbooks and older books sitting in the garage. Some were worth as much as $60 that they were never going to be done. Nothing was ever going to be done with them. They were just going to end up in the trash. And I'm like, yo, let me sell these. I'll give you 50%. She's like, no, you can just keep them. It's like, great. So got all those books, sold them, made hundreds of dollars off those. And, there's all these low-hanging pieces of fruit, guys. You just need to look, ask your friends and family. Put up posts online. Put up signage somewhere. Go to library sales. Go to estate sales. Go to garage sales. There's no excuse. Garage sales are so cheap for books, you guys. They're so freaking cheap. So do what you can. Get out there. There's books everywhere. Don't overpay for books. If you're paying correctly, you should have no worries in buying and sending in as many books as you can, because you're gonna make money on them, okay? Trust it. Trust the process. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, hit like for me, or as Raykin says, smash the like button. And please subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And please, down below in the comments, ask me anything you'd like. Tell me what type of video you'd like me to do. Tell me I'm full of crap. I don't care. Say something, and we will talk to you guys later.